Did you know that around 40% of men over the age of 45 have clinically low testosterone levels, and most don't even realize it? That's because the early symptoms, like low energy, brain fog, irritability, and reduced muscle mass, are so easy to brush off or blame on stress or aging. But here's the scary part. Low testosterone isn't just about libido or how much muscle you can pack on. It's been linked to higher risks of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, depression, and even early mortality. What makes this even more serious is that testosterone levels can start declining in men as early as their 30s, sometimes by 1% per year. So what can you do about it? Especially if you're not into the idea of synthetic hormone therapy? That's where today's video comes in. We're looking into 5 powerful vitamins that naturally boost testosterone. No needles, no prescriptions, just evidence-based nutritional strategies that support your body's production. These are vitamins your body already needs, but when used the right way, at the right time, they can create the kind of hormonal shift that brings back your energy, mood, and vitality. So, let's get into it. First up is vitamin D. Vitamin D is much more than just this sunshine vitamin people often think of. It actually acts like a hormone in the body and plays a crucial role in regulating testosterone levels. While most associate vitamin D primarily with bone health, few realize that vitamin D receptors are found in the Leydig cells of the testes, which are directly responsible for testosterone production. When these Leydig cells receive sufficient vitamin D, they function more efficiently, naturally boosting testosterone output. This direct link between vitamin D status and testosterone production has been supported by a variety of studies over the years. For example, research led by Pills and colleagues demonstrated that men with lower vitamin D levels often have significantly reduced testosterone. This connection isn't just observational. Clinical trials back at you. P2. In a notable study, men with vitamin D deficiency took 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily for 12 months, resulting in an approximate 25% increase in their total testosterone levels compared to those who didn't supplement. Free testosterone, the active form circulating in the blood, also rose, suggesting that restoring vitamin D isn't just raising numbers on paper, it has real physiological effects. This makes sense biologically because the active form of vitamin D, calcitriol, binds to receptors on Leydig cells and triggers gene expression that supports steroidogenesis, the process by which testosterone and other steroid hormones are produced. Statistically, vitamin D deficiency is widespread. In the United States, data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NANS, indicates that about 41.6% of the population is deficient in vitamin D. This figure is even higher in populations living in northern latitudes or urban areas where sunlight exposure is limited. Globally, approximately 1 billion people are affected by vitamin D insufficiency or deficiency, with risk factors including indoor lifestyles, higher skin melanin content, and geographic location. This is critical because many people don't show obvious symptoms of deficiency until hormonal imbalances, such as low testosterone, manifest with fatigue, mood disturbances, or muscle loss. Vitamin D's influence on testosterone production also involves the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, which is the body's main regulatory system for reproductive hormones. Adequate vitamin D enhances this system's function, helping ensure that luteinizing hormone, LH, effectively signals Leydig cells to produce testosterone. The result is a well-regulated hormonal environment supporting not just testosterone, but overall male reproductive health. To optimize vitamin D levels, daily sun exposure of 15 to 30 minutes on bare skin is ideal, but many people can't get enough sunlight, especially during winter or in high-latitude locations. For these individuals, supplementation becomes crucial. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, is preferred over D2 because of its superior ability to raise and maintain blood vitamin D concentrations. Since vitamin D is fat-soluble, it's best absorbed when taken with a meal containing healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. Most adults benefit from a daily vitamin D intake ranging between 1,000 and 4,000 IU. Still, it's important to measure blood levels to tailor the dose correctly and avoid toxicity, which is rare but possible with excessive supplementation. This strategic approach ensures you maintain optimal vitamin D status, which not only supports healthy testosterone levels, but also contributes to better mood, muscle function, and overall vitality. Next, let's talk about vitamin B6, which often gets overlooked but plays a huge role in testosterone production. Do you know that vitamin B6 plays a crucial role in the synthesis of androgens, including testosterone, making it a standout vitamin when it comes to supporting male hormonal health? What really sets vitamin B6 apart is its unique ability to regulate estrogen levels by inhibiting the activity of aromatase, the enzyme responsible for converting testosterone into estrogen. This means that B6 not only helps the body produce more testosterone, but also protects it from being converted into estrogen. This powerful double effect helps maintain a healthy hormonal balance. This balance is essential because when too much testosterone converts into estrogen, it can lead to symptoms like low libido, fatigue, and even unwanted fat gain in men. The importance of B6 in hormone regulation goes beyond just testosterone production. A deficiency in vitamin B6 can lead to elevated prolactin levels, a hormone known to suppress testosterone. Higher prolactin can negatively impact libido and testosterone availability. Animal studies have clearly demonstrated this. Rodents lacking sufficient B6 showed significant drops in testosterone and reduced sexual behavior, indicating the vitamin's role in both hormone synthesis and reproductive function. Although more research is needed in humans, the biological mechanisms behind these effects are well understood and provide a strong foundation for considering B6 in testosterone support. Dietary sources of vitamin B6 are abundant and easy to include in daily meals. Foods like turkey, chicken, tuna, and bananas provide good amounts of B6, making it accessible through a balanced diet. For those who prefer supplements, pyridoxal 5-phosphate, P5P, is the active and more bioavailable form of B6, meaning your body can use it more effectively compared to other forms. The general recommended daily intake for adults is between 1.3 and 2 milligrams. However, individuals aiming to optimize their hormone levels might consider slightly higher doses, but only under professional supervision to avoid potential side effects from excessive intake. One important thing to note is that vitamin B6 works best when combined with other nutrients known to support testosterone production, such as zinc and magnesium. This trio has been shown not only to boost testosterone levels, but also to improve sleep quality, both critical components of hormonal balance. Poor sleep itself can lower testosterone, so addressing it through this nutrient combo can create a positive feedback loop for better hormone health. While vitamin B6 supplementation is generally safe when taken in recommended amounts, high doses over a long period can cause nerve issues, so it's always wise to consult with a healthcare professional before making significant changes. Overall, B6 offers a scientific and practical way to support testosterone by enhancing production, preventing its conversion to estrogen, and balancing other hormones that influence male reproductive health. Speaking of zinc, that brings us to the third vitamin, though technically a mineral. Zinc is a heavyweight player when it comes to testosterone production, and it functions so critically in the same pathways that it absolutely earns its spot on this list. One of the key roles zinc plays is in the synthesis of luteinizing hormone, LH, which is the hormone that signals the testes to crank up testosterone production. Without enough zinc, this signaling pathway falters, leading to reduced testosterone levels, poorer sperm quality, and even fertility problems. Zinc deficiency also has a profound effect on male hormones. Even short-term zinc deficiency, lasting as little as 3 to 6 weeks, can cause testosterone levels to drop dramatically. In a notable study, men who were zinc deficient nearly doubled their testosterone levels after taking 30 milligrams of zinc daily for 6 months. Globally, it's estimated that about 17% of the world's population is at risk of zinc deficiency, especially in areas with limited dietary intake of animal products. This deficiency correlates with decreased sperm quality and fertility problems. One particularly striking study looked at zinc-deficient men who supplemented with 30 milligrams of zinc daily for 6 months. The results were remarkable. Their testosterone levels nearly doubled. This is not just a small change. It's the kind of improvement that can drastically improve energy, mood, libido, and overall male reproductive health. The study highlights how correcting a mineral deficiency can have life-changing effects without resorting to synthetic hormones or risky treatments. When it comes to getting zinc from your diet, some foods really stand out. Oysters top the list as one of the richest sources of zinc, but red meat, pumpkin seeds, and cashews are also excellent choices. Including these in your diet regularly can help maintain healthy zinc levels and support optimal testosterone production. However, it's important to strike the right balance. While zinc is essential, taking too much can backfire. Overdosing on zinc can lead to copper deficiency and digestive problems like nausea or cramping. That's why the safe daily range of zinc supplementation is typically recommended between 15 and 30 milligrams, keeping it effective but safe. Another interesting aspect of zinc is how well it works in combination with other key nutrients, especially magnesium and vitamin B6. Together, these three form the core of the popular ZMA supplement, which athletes and fitness enthusiasts widely use to support recovery and hormonal balance. Magnesium helps with muscle relaxation and energy production. B6 supports hormone synthesis and regulates estrogen conversion, and zinc acts as the trigger for testosterone production through LH. This combination creates a synergistic effect, maximizing the benefits for testosterone and overall male health. For anyone interested in naturally boosting testosterone, ensuring adequate zinc intake is a foundational step. Whether through food or supplements, keeping zinc levels in check supports not only hormone production but also sperm health, immune function, and even cognitive performance. Given how quickly deficiency can impact testosterone, making sure you're not falling short is a smart move for both short-term vitality and long-term reproductive health. Now let's look at vitamin K2, which is finally getting the attention it deserves. Have you ever wondered if there's a vitamin that quietly supports your testosterone while also keeping your heart and bones healthy? That's exactly what vitamin K2 does, and it's a bit of an unsung hero when it comes to male hormonal health. Most people know K2 for its role in directing calcium to the bones and preventing it from clogging arteries. But recent research reveals a fascinating connection between K2 and testosterone production. It turns out K2 helps the testes function better, particularly the Leydig cells, which are the hormone factories producing testosterone. In animal studies, rats given vitamin K2 showed significantly higher testosterone levels along with healthier testicular tissue compared to those without supplementation. This points to K2's role in supporting steroid hormone synthesis, the process by which testosterone is made. One way it might do this is by activating certain proteins involved in energy metabolism. Since hormone production is energy-intensive, better cellular energy means the Leydig cells can work more efficiently. Plus, K2 reduces oxidative stress in reproductive organs. Oxidative stress, basically damage from free radicals, can harm cells and lower testosterone. So by protecting these cells, K2 helps preserve natural hormone levels. You can find vitamin K2 in some interesting foods. Natto, a traditional Japanese fermented soybean dish, is one of the richest sources. Other good sources include hard cheeses, egg yolks, and grass-fed butter. For people who don't consume these regularly, supplements are a great alternative. The -7 Malawian kwacha's form of K2 is particularly effective because it stays active in the body longer, making it easier to maintain consistent levels. Another cool thing about K2 is how well it works alongside vitamin D3. These two vitamins form a synergy that not only supports testosterone, but also boosts cardiovascular and bone health. Vitamin D3 helps with hormone production, while K2 directs calcium where it's needed, preventing buildup in arteries and soft tissues. Taking them together makes both more effective, so many experts recommend pairing them for overall wellness. While there's no official recommended daily allowance for vitamin K2 yet, Many health professionals suggest around 100 to 200 micrograms daily, especially in the negative 7 Malawian kwacha's form. It's considered safe for most people, but if you're taking blood thinners, it's important to chat with your doctor before starting K2, as it can affect blood clotting. In short, vitamin K2 is a powerful but often overlooked vitamin that plays a subtle yet vital role in maintaining healthy testosterone levels. It supports your body at the cellular level by boosting energy metabolism, protecting reproductive organs from damage, and working hand in hand with vitamin D3 to optimize hormonal and overall health. Including K2-rich foods in your diet or considering supplements might just be the natural boost your testosterone and your heart and bones have been waiting for. Lastly, vitamin A deserves a mention in our list, too. It might surprise you to learn that vitamin A, often overlooked when thinking about male hormones, actually plays a crucial role in testosterone production and overall reproductive health. While many associate vitamin A primarily with vision and immune function, it's deeply involved in the development and function of the testes, the very organs responsible for making testosterone. Specifically, vitamin A helps maintain the health of Sertoli cells, which are essential support cells within the testes that nurture developing sperm and regulate testosterone output. When vitamin A is deficient, reproductive function suffers. Animal studies have clearly shown that low vitamin A intake can lead to testicular atrophy, meaning the testes shrink and become less effective alongside reduced testosterone synthesis. The science behind this involves retinoic acid, the active form of vitamin A, which acts as a regulator for the expression of genes involved in steroidogenesis, the complex process where testosterone is produced. Simply put, without enough vitamin A, the body struggles to turn on the genetic machinery necessary to manufacture testosterone efficiently, leading to lower hormone levels and impaired fertility. You'll find vitamin A in a variety of natural food sources. Animal-based foods such as liver, whole eggs, and dairy products provide retinol, the form of vitamin A that the body uses directly. For those who prefer plant-based options, beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, exists in carrots, sweet potatoes, and dark leafy greens. However, it's important to note that the conversion of beta-carotene to active vitamin A in the body isn't very efficient. So relying solely on these plant sources might not be enough if you're aiming to support testosterone production specifically. For boosting testosterone, retinol from animal sources tends to be more effective. Men are generally recommended to consume about 900 micrograms of vitamin A daily, but it's essential to be mindful when considering supplements. Vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means it can accumulate in the body, and excessive intake, especially from synthetic supplements, can become toxic, causing symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, or even liver damage. That's why sticking to food-based sources is safer and often more beneficial unless a healthcare provider advises otherwise. Vitamin A's role goes beyond just testosterone. By supporting Sertoli cells, it ensures proper sperm development, which is vital for male fertility. This adds another layer to its importance in male reproductive health. If you've been focusing on vitamins like D or zinc for testosterone, don't forget that vitamin A works behind the scenes by regulating the genetic switches that make hormone production possible. Including a balanced intake of vitamin A-rich foods in your diet can be a simple yet powerful way to naturally support your testosterone levels and reproductive function. Whether it's a liver pate once in a while, eggs for breakfast, or a hearty helping of sweet potatoes or spinach, these foods offer more than just nutrition. They help keep your body's hormone factory running smoothly. Just remember, when it comes to vitamin A, balance is key, enough to support your health, but not so much that it becomes harmful. So, who should actually care about all this? Well, if you're feeling more tired than usual, not recovering well from workouts, noticing changes in mood or sex drive, or simply want to stay sharp and strong as you age, this applies to you. Testosterone isn't just for bodybuilders. It affects everything from your immune system to mental clarity. These vitamins can help naturally optimize your levels, especially if you're dealing with mild symptoms or just want to prevent future decline. However, if you're dealing with conditions like hypogonadism metabolic syndrome, or infertility. These nutrients may also serve as complementary support alongside medical treatment. Now, before you start popping a cocktail of vitamins, remember that balance is key. Always consult a healthcare provider before starting any new supplement, especially if you have underlying health conditions or are on medications. Natural doesn't always mean risk-free, especially at high doses. Also, many of these work better when taken with food, ideally meals rich in healthy fats, to enhance absorption and bioavailability. And don't forget, lifestyle factors matter just as much. Sleep, stress, exercise, and diet all interact with your hormonal health. Think of these vitamins as part of a full toolkit, not a standalone fix. So here's a simple challenge. Try optimizing your intake of these 5 vitamins for just 1 week, through food or supplements, and pay attention to how you feel. Are your energy levels improving? Is your mood a bit brighter? Are you sleeping better? These are small signs that your hormones are heading in the right direction. And when you feel the shift, you'll understand how powerful these natural tools can be. Drop a comment below if you're planning to try it, or share your experience if you've already seen results. Let's keep this conversation going and support each other on the path to better health.